Hi everybody, hello and welcome. I know I'm a couple of minutes late. I tried to actually go live on my laptop, but it came up with settings and all the rest of it. So everything is a little bit February, Mercury in retrograde. What can I say? Communications breakdown, that's where it is. Just been shown to you. Hello and welcome. My name's Emily Baker, if you haven't already gathered, and I'm starting at a different time to what I normally do. This year I'm starting, instead of at 6 o'clock in the evening, I'm doing my Facebook Lives twice a month at 3 p.m. just to see how that goes, and hopefully some more of you can join me as well at this time. Today I'm going to be talking about breathing. Funnily enough, something that we tend not to do when we're a little bit stressed. And how many of us are a little bit stressed at the moment? Probably quite a few of you. If you are out there and you're watching me, please do say hello. I'd love to see your name so I can say hello to you. And welcome along. So this last month I was just saying that the first Facebook Lives of the month, which is on the first Saturday, is just all about the well-being aspect, really. So I'm going to be, because I also do aromatherapy and reflexology. So hiya Hayley, hello, lovely that you're coming to join me. So I thought today I'd bring in about breathing, talk about breathing, because it's something that we automatically do. If we don't do it, we end up in hospital. Hello Steph, hello. And I just kind of thought, actually it would be really nice just to have 5-10 minutes of us just sitting here and breathing and just listening to our breath. And you may be saying, gosh, but I do that every day, but it's actually really quite important. Breathing also allows in more oxygen into our body, funnily enough. It allows in the oxygen into our lungs. Our lungs are the things that produce the blood, which helps it goes around our body and oxygenates it. I can't say things today. Oxygenate? Yes, that could be a word. If not, it should be. And it goes around our system. That's where we get the red blood cells from. It's all that lovely oxygen and iron and things. So all of that can also, therefore, help with pain, can help with sleeping. It's funny. Something that we do every single day, and yet it can help us so beneficially if we just took the time. Now you might be saying to me, Emily, I'm fine, I'm absolutely fine, I'm not stressed and all the rest of it. Okay, fine, fair enough, absolutely fair enough. People who meditate, they change their breathing habits. I don't know if you've noticed that. People who are stressed, you tend to take smaller breaths. It's like you being on a treadmill. Think of it in that way, that you're on a treadmill and you're running away, but it's everyday life. And then suddenly you find that going, oh, I'm a little bit short of breath. And you just kind of go, oh, I'm holding my shoulders in. And that's why a lot of people come to me when they're wanting a treatment, and they kind of go, oh, Emily, God, top of my shoulders. And I said, how's your breathing? And they said, oh, no, it's absolutely fine. I went, okay, well, just get some more air into that. We'll get some more oxygen. Because this was told to me by a tip from a first aider in a first aid class. Who hasn't done those? I've done quite a few now. And he went and said, although it's not practiced anymore, apparently, that if you are having someone with breathing problems like asthma or something, if you get them to put their hands on the head, you're opening up the whole rib cage so that can allow more oxygen in. Something very simple. Now, there is also a thing of doing breathing classes. So, and I know I've been to a day's workshop actually of just doing breathing, and it allows all of that frustration out of your body. A beautiful thing to do actually from time to time. And for me, it was a little bit overwhelming, and I kind of came out and I went, oh, okay, there was some emotions there. I wasn't expecting to come out, and yes, I did cry, yes, I did scream, and yes, I did yell. Funny noises came out of me, all sorts of stuff. But at the same time, there was a sense of release as well. So there's all of those things that you can do, but the quick and easy way is just to allow yourself to breathe. So now that we've kind of looked at why breathing is important, obviously because we don't really want to be in hospital with an oxygen mask on us and people pumping air into us and all the rest of it. We don't want that, do we? Have a look at how you're breathing at the moment. Now, I'm slightly stressed, so I know that I'm actually holding my breath. And this is something I've done since childhood because my parents were smokers. And people would often say to me, gosh, Emily, are you holding? I'm fine. You're looking a bit red in the face. Holding my breath. Because what I do around smoke of any description actually is that I'll take in a breath and I'll hold it. And I'll kind of go, oh, I can smell smoke. Oh, I'm going to hold my breath. But I can talk at the same time and it's absolutely fine. And I'm going to hold it in. And eventually, I need to breathe. It was a way of coping with my parents smoking. So there we go. But I do tend to hold my breath a bit. You do that, Hayley, as well. Yeah, I tend to hold my breath. And in fact, a lot of people do tend to hold their breath, especially around smoke as well. But you may find, and I do too, I tend to hold my breath in stressful situations. So another stressful situation at the moment that's occurring for perhaps a lot of us is this fact of not wearing masks anymore, because we've become used to wearing masks. We're okay with wearing masks. Especially in shops and, just out and about. And how do you breathe without a mask now? We used to think, oh God, how do you breathe with a mask? And that used to be the stressful thing of can't breathe, it's suffocating us. And now we're kind of going, oh my God, we can't breathe with a mask, without a mask. So what I have found, and I found this subconsciously with myself, and some of you may do as well, is that when people are coming a little bit too close to me and I'm out walking, I'm out in the fresh air and all the rest of it, and I can't cross over the road, or that the path is too narrow and I can't turn away, look the other way, have my back towards them, etc., is that I just hold my breath just until they pass. So I'm not consciously aware that I'm actually holding my breath until afterwards. And I kind of go, oh, was I holding my breath? So, okay, some of you may be doing that as well, so unconsciously. And then I kind of am aware of my walking and also, it's mostly when I'm dog walking, but also what my breathing is as well. Another way to find out if someone's a little bit stressed is their voice and how quickly they're talking as well. You may find those who are quite stressed, they have a higher pitched voice and they tend to talk, I've really got to talk really, really quickly because I've got to get all of this out and I really, really need to tell you. Someone who's really excited. Now, excitement is also a form of stress, but it's really, really good, isn't it? It's fab. And we're going to talk really, really quickly at you and you really can't understand me, but that's okay. And then we get into the high pitched squeaking noise. But that's also seen as, if you look at it in the Chinese element sphere, we're looking at the 5 elements, and that would be metal. Tinny voices. And I do look out for that as well in my clients, and I kind of go, oh, okay, quite tinny. Let's see if we can just lower the octaves. See, have you noticed? Lower the octaves to down here. I'm not so stressed. I'm talking slower. Things are a lot more announced. You can hear me a bit clearer. Okay. So why does this cover all of breathing? Well, you've still got to allow the air to come in to de-stress yourself. And I was saying to somebody the other day, I said, please don't count sheep, because especially when you've got things going on in your head and you're wanting to go to sleep. Hello, Gordon. And that you're wanting to go to sleep, that you end up counting sheep and then you count out how many light sockets you've got and how many cars you've passed on that day, and your brain is still thinking. But actually, if you actually listen to your breath, that's a really good way as well. It's a very good technique. And I kind of thought, because I'm not going to have very long Facebook Lives, unless you've got some questions. If you've got some questions for me, I'm more than happy to answer those. And of course, again, you can always drop me a line. You can find out more about what I do, not just through Facebook, which is just Emily Baker Psychic Artist, or just Emily Baker, but you can also go onto my website, which is emilyjbaker.co.uk. You can find out more about things that I do there. You can contact me through there as well. Drop me a message on here or through Facebook, Instagram, all sorts of different platforms that I'm on. Love to hear from you, and I will try to answer your questions as well. So I would, just having a look at the time, that's lovely. Hayley, what you've said makes so much sense. Thank you, Hayley, thank you. Yeah, hopefully, I mean, a lot of this I've actually learned through trial and error, also people teaching me as well, of telling me, oh, well, you'll come across X, Y, and Z when people are really excited, their voices become tinny. But actually, when you look out for it, you know. And also when you're not breathing, you're doing this. You're pulling your shoulders up. And if you just lower your shoulders. So what I would like us to do is just for the next few minutes, and I'm going to keep an eye on the time, is for you to be sitting or lying down comfortably. Okay. And we're going to relax here, the throat, the neck. We're going to try to relax all of this area here. So if you suddenly make funny gurgling noises, I often do. It's not a lie. Especially people will know when I'm kind of relaxed, because if I'm in meditation or something like that, noises will come out of here because I'm relaxing my larynx, I'm relaxing my vocal cords, and air is coming out, and I'm not consciously making noises, they just come out. And no, it's not because I'm psychic, okay? We'll put that one to one side. So yeah, so that's what's happening there as well. So yes, I sometimes come out with kind of like snoring as well, kind of, okay, I'm breathing. So yes, funny noises will come out of me as well. So yeah, so if you would like to sit comfortably, all right, now, this is kind of a form of meditation. So if you want to have your feet planted on the ground, great. If you find that that's really uncomfortable for you, I find that if I do that, my feet start to burn, my soles of my feet start to burn. And that's to do with my circuit within my body. So the energy needs to be connected. So I tend to have the soles of my feet touching each other. Okay, so therefore I'm kind of connected and I'm actually alert. I'm not going to be falling asleep. And that again, I've learned through trial and error. So if you are doing meditation, you find that you keep on falling asleep, just try having actually your body connected, your feet connected to each other, all right? So you can just sit there, almost putting trying to put your outer sole of your foot, the edge of your foot on the floor, and your two soles of your feet together. Okay, it's a bit like that, all right? If you're wearing a dress, you may want to make sure it's long, or a skirt that's long. If you've got somebody sitting opposite you, I just like to say that, because your legs will fall open. It's not a very nice posture when sitting down. You can do it on the floor or on a chair. So, okay, so just make yourselves comfortable as well. And this, I'm just going to go through this for the next few minutes. It's not very long at all. Okay, so firstly, just be aware of where you're sitting. You can have your eyes closed, because I'm not going to do anything magical. I'm not going to jump up and down. I'm not going to be waving my arms around or anything like that. So all I want you to do is to listen to me. You can close your eyes, but softly. All right, so you'll still be able to hear noise around you. You'll still be able to hear my voice. Just want you to be sitting wherever it is comfortable. Please do not be standing up. You can be lying down if you wish. Just gently close your eyes if you want to. Lovely. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is just take in a nice deep breath. So in, 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to go hold. 2, 3, okay. So we're just going to exhale with a sigh, all right? So we're just going to allow our bodies to be able to let go. Okay, so taking the deep breath in, hold, out, 2, 3, okay. Go into your normal pattern of breathing. You may find that it's already altered, that it's a bit slower. You're taking in more air. And what you are wanting to feel is just underneath your rib cage, you have a muscle there called the diaphragm. And this is actually where you're aiming to get your air into. and trying to make sure that your lungs hit that diaphragm. You're not just moving the top part of your shoulders, but you're going to be moving what I call the Buddha belly. Have you noticed Buddha is always a happy monkey? It's always got a full content belly. So I just want you to be, it's that you're going to be pushing out, because that's the bottom of your lungs down there. Okay, not up here, not your shoulder. So I don't want to see that so much. It's more of the diaphragm area. Okay, so you're wanting to fill up your lungs all the way down. And it's not easy when you're not used to it, or if you've been running around a lot, it's a bit harder to do. So again, we're just going to take in a nice deep breath. Hold. And keep on blowing it out until you don't have any air left. Okay, so just blow all of that air out. And then afterwards you'll probably go, oh my gosh, I'm exhausted, let me take another breath like I've just done. And now you should be starting to feel like your rib cage is actually opening up for you as well. Lovely. The other thing while you're doing this and listening to your breath going in and out, each time that you're holding it, you're tensing your body. So when you are exhaling that the air, by the way, not hair, air, that actually you're allowing all of your body to relax. You're just going to go and let your body sink into the floor if you're on the floor. Let your body sink into the chair if you're into the chair. And you should be more aware of where you're sitting. Be more aware of your clothing. You may find now that your clothing is slightly uncomfortable as well. And that you may want to move because actually, you found space in your body that you didn't know you had. Okay, so things are just allowing to melt. Okay. You're not thinking of anything particular. You're just listening to my voice. Just taking in a nice deep breath again. And exhale. So it should really be in through the nose, not just through the mouth, but in through the nose. And then out through the mouth. So almost if you want to, you can close your mouth while you're taking in that nice deep breath of air. Now the other thing I was told about breathing, and on this workshop that I went to a few years ago now, was actually we tend to breathe in a really bad pattern, which is we breathe, we stop, we breathe, we exhale, we breathe, we stop, we exhale, we stop. So it's very disjointed. And actually it should be in a circular motion. So you breathe in and then you breathe out. You breathe in and then you breathe out. Without there being a stop, which is actually, well, it's called circular breathing. And that sounds really easy. Okay, if you think so, have a go. I didn't find it so easy. Maybe that's because I'm, I just not used to it. Absolutely. But you will find that your body kind of goes through an optical loop. Okay, so it kind of goes instead of a circular like that. So your head is, best way to describe it, head here, body down here. So your head is almost doing this kind of, that's how it felt for me, okay? It's doing that kind of a shape instead of a round shape, okay? It wasn't doing that. It was much more elliptical, almost egg-shaped, if you like. And I almost felt myself wanting to do that kind of emotion with my back of in and out, and kind of it just felt it felt odd to me to begin with, and it does take some practice as well. And one of the practices is to do 1,000 breaths like that a day, which takes about 20 minutes-ish to do. So yeah, so you can get into that habit of just doing this kind of a circular breathing as well. Okay. So hopefully you've probably noticed by now my breathing has changed. I'm talking slower than what I did do at the beginning. Slightly stressed out, obviously, at the beginning because of technical issues. I love Facebook, I really do. Love you, Facebook. And keep on changing. Keeps on changing. And so, yeah, so just allow yourself just to be sitting there. Okay. And you know when we talk about laughing and you have the good old belly laugh and it hurts your sides? It's part of your diaphragm and your rib cage that's hurting because it's muscles and you kind of go, oh my God, there's a muscle there. And it is a muscle. It's a very good muscle, really. I mean, it keeps your lungs away from your stomach. You don't really want those two flapping around, really. Okay, so how is everyone feeling with that? Just taking those nice deep breaths. Probably kind of going, yes, I'm falling asleep now. Ready to go on a magical mystery journey and ready to go into a meditative state. Just clear the brain and clear the mind of all of today's worries and stresses and actually get myself ready for the next day. So we've actually only spent about 10 minutes doing that. Just had a quick look at my clock there. So yeah, it hasn't taken long at all. And just think of those 10 minutes. It's not a lot. It's perhaps your break in the morning and a break in the afternoon. 10 minutes out of your lunch. Especially for those who are working, of just being able to do that. And just re-energizing your body. See it as a way of a different type of fuel for your body as well. So lovely. About breathing, of just allowing yourself just to breathe a few moments a day. It doesn't really take long at all. Lovely. So if you've got any questions, are there any questions for me at all from any of you, or are you kind of all spaced out quite happily? And shall I because I feel like I should just leave it there for you to carry on and just taking in those deep breaths from time to time. Okay. And also, you'll probably find that you are able to think a lot clearer as well. All right. Because when you're just kind of allowing yourself that space, you'll be able to think a bit clearer. And you'll be able to kind of focus a little bit clearer as well. It doesn't take long. We've just spent 10 minutes of just concentrating on our breathing and just kind of going, oh yes, it's just a simple in and out, and hopefully your shoulders have gone down a little bit. They're not close to your ears. If they are close to your ears, book an appointment with me. Can I help you with that? No, I'm only kidding. But do you know what I mean? It's just allowing your body just to kind of, oh yes, this is what relaxed is as well. So I may be talking about what is it to be relaxed as well later on. So if you have any topics for me that you would like me to talk about as well, please do let me know. Okay. I haven't talked about any essential oils, and my aim was to kind of talk about an essential oil as well as just kind of well-being. And I've been working with somebody today with essential oils, and it's amazing how they kind of interact with each other. But I say, if you're looking at breathing and you're wanting to clear that breath, have a look at things which are nice and clearing. Things like grapefruit is a great one. If you've got vaporizers and things like that, oil burners and things, good ones are eucalyptus citrodora, so the lemon scented eucalyptus, or just eucalyptus by itself. Some people find that really kind of overpowering. Herwood leaf, that's great for the lungs and opening up the lungs. So is myrrh. So is there's quite a few which are aimed at that. I'm just trying. Laurel leaf is another one that's great for the lung area as well. And you will find that it's quite, you'll notice the smell, because when you smell it, you see Vicks Vapor Rub. Vicks Vapor Rub has eucalyptus in it. So again, that's really simple. You can just put either a spoonful, a teaspoonful, into hot boiling water. You can do an over the head thing with a tea towel, as in days of old. That hasn't gone away. Or the other one is just to put it on the radiator, keep it warm, and allow that scent to come into the room, clearing. It's a very clearing oil. But basically, I just wanted you to be able to just breathe for a few moments this afternoon before you're rushing out to get yourselves ready to go out somewhere. Now, I'd like to thank you very much for joining me this afternoon, and I look forward to seeing you in a couple of weeks. And I'll be talking about mediumship then. Okay, so lovely to see you all. Have a lovely afternoon, and thank you very much for joining me. See you soon. Take care now. Bye.